Y'all ready?
Yeah, let's get it poppin'. Yo, what's happening, folks? You know what it is. It's Twice Talk, and you are listeners of KUNV 91.5, supported by UNLV, the broadcast service of UNLV. I like to say it 2 times. And as accompanied by me, always, the beautiful Oak. How are you doing today?
I'm good. I'm great. I'm great today.
Oh, yeah, the week was love?
It was. It was a busy week for me, but I got a lot of work done, so I'm happy.
Yeah, see, busy is good. Staying busy is key.
Okay.
Yeah, but don't be a busybody.
All right.
All right.
Okay.
I feel like you was lying to me right now, though.
With what? Being busy? I've been in the lab
I don't know.
all day.
I don't know. Your eye kind of twitched a little bit.
No, I
Yeah.
got no reason to lie about being busy, honey.
So, I got a question for you, and I came up with a little discussion today that not even today. It's just bothering me all week. I just want to know, why do people lie? What makes you think why people lie?
People lie because they're liars. No, I'm just joking.
Great explanation.
No, people
Great.
are liars though. It's like weird, like people
Like,
lie.
why?
But I think people lie out of fear. Like they don't want to get judged. They don't want people on their business. Yeah, people lie out of fear. Fear that whatever they're gonna say won't be accepted.
Interesting.
Interesting.
I kind of do agree with that quite a lot.
Okay.
Maybe more than a lot. And
Mhm.
I'll tell you why in a little bit. But right now, I want you to give me a word for lie. Could you tell me that?
Telling a story.
Yeah.
Because I can't even say lie in front of my mom.
Oh, for real?
I gotta say telling a
I
story.
thought I was the only one. I got a whooping in front of all my partners because I said the word lie.
See?
And
It's
they
a
was
bad
all
word.
laughing. They was all laughing at me. Hey, you know what that feels like, getting a whooping in front of your partners?
I sure do.
That's the worst feeling, bro.
I sure do.
Because then you never get to live it down.
Right.
And then, see, this is kind of off topic, but I used to get whooped by a paddle. It was called Do Right. Big, all letters on
That's
it.
tight, man. That's tight.
And then it says,
You ain't never forget when you got whooping.
never. And
Do right.
If you do wrong, he gonna help you do right.
I like that. I like that. I bet you stopped saying the word lie.
I bet you I stopped everything that was bad. Let me tell you, that paddle broke on me one day.
That's
How
hilarious.
is an 1.5-inch paddle break on your behind?
Look, you ain't forget it, did you?
Man, I burned it. That's what there's a reason why he's gone.
So that's
He's
why you
gone.
gotta start saying telling stories. That's why I said that. Telling stories.
Well, another word for lie is deceit. Deceitfulness.
Okay.
Yeah, and when you're deceitful, basically it's like a trick, a scheme, some
For
kind of
sure.
manner to get what you want out of the situation.
So you don't think that being deceitful is a little bit more complex than just lying?
No, it is more complex because that when you're deceitful, you've had A and a B, and you're thinking about this scenario, that scenario. You're like, okay, I'm gonna make sure that they feel like this, or you're
Right.
actually putting forth a lot of thought. When I just lie, it's just because. Might make
It's
you feel
just
good.
because I feel like lying.
Yeah. So we're gonna go into it a little bit, but I have to ask you a question, and it's been bugging me for about a few days.
Oh.
Yeah, it has. I've been thinking about it for sure. What
Alright.
is the greatest lie you ever got away with?
The greatest lie I ever got away with? Man, that's too deep. That's too deep.
Yes, all eyes on you right now.
I don't know. Let me see. The greatest lie I ever got away with? Nothing comes to mind. I'm gonna be honest.
Really? You don't lie?
I do lie.
Like
I
a rug,
that.
huh?
I lie.
Like a rug.
What you mean, like a rug?
What do rugs do?
I
Lie
lie.
all day.
Mm,
What do rugs?
mm.
Let's see. So the word deceit comes from the word decapriere. Excuse me, my Latin pronunciation may be wrong. So D means from,
Okay.
and capriere means to take. So
Take from.
yes. So if you're
That's lie or that's deceit?
that's deceit.
Okay.
So basically, they feel like when you're deceitful, you're taking something away from somebody where something you don't need, basically, to help you get to where you're going to go. So, like I said, it's planning.
Whoa. That's why people lie. People lie. They take away something from people to get to where they need to go.
That's a part of it, for sure.
Okay.
For sure.
Okay.
Okay. For for real. So, and then I was actually, I'm looking up the word deceit, and the scripture comes up. The first thing that comes up, if you type in deceit into the search engine, the first thing that comes up is a scripture from the Bible.
Okay.
It's Jeremiah.
Oh, Slim sitting back in his chair, rubbing his chin here. What came from the Bible?
So,
tell me.
It's Jeremiah 9.
Okay.
Actually,
17.
Oh,
it's
17.
9 and 17. Excuse me.
17 and 9.
Oh, Slim better come correct him.
Man, he know. No, okay. So first off, before I tell you what that scripture says, what would you say the most deceitful thing in the world is?
The most deceitful thing in the world is?
Yes.
I want to say image, but
An image?
Image.
How?
Because people put up a false image, and it's very deceitful because people believe what they see. So
This is true.
I'm gonna say that.
Hey, that's not bad right there. I think that's up there. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the show. Yeah.
Let me get you, player. So
that was right off the dome, y'all. We're not practicing.
Hey, when do we practice?
No, I'm just joking.
This is practice. Practice. Look, feeling like
Don't
AI
even go
today.
there. Don't even
Feeling
go
like
there.
AI today. No, but look though. So the Bible says the heart is deceitful above all things, and this is the New International Version. It says the heart is deceitful above all things and is beyond cure.
Beyond cure.
So if I told you that the heart is deceitful, what would you say? Would you agree? Disagree?
I would agree.
Yeah.
Because I feel like when I think about what my heart does, it's like emotions, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And emotions take you out of your logical thinking. So yes, you do get deceived by your heart, like a lot.
Yes, for sure. For sure. And I'm gonna tell you why it's like that. Not even why. Here's like a scenario. You got that chick that's in love with her, her boyfriend, whatever the case may be. He's driving her car around town, burning up all her gas. She eating all her food, not paying no bills. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's around there.
This gotta be in Las Vegas. This gotta be in Las Vegas.
It sounds too familiar.
This is Las Vegas for sure.
And then everybody in her family telling her that he's no good, he's using you. But the deceitfulness of her heart is telling her that he cares for me. And so her heart is blocking the image of her mind and letting her believe that. So the heart is probably the most deceitful thing of all things. Just because of that. Because people will believe anything their heart tells them. And if you don't know how to control your heart, oh man, you might walk off a cliff.
Okay.
For sure.
That's pretty deep.
Man, all the way.
That's pretty deep. Okay.
So let me ask you this. Like, if you when you think of the word deceitful and then the word deceit comes in as well, you got to think about the dangers of it. And one of the dangers of being deceitful is not only it's a lie, but you're also to a point to where you believe your lie.
That's when it's your heart, right? When your heart is deceiving you.
And then the thing about the one of the qualities of telling the truth, the definition is if you believe it. So if you believe it,
then to you, you're telling the truth.
You're telling the truth.
It's the truth to you.
So I could put you in a lie detector test, and if you actually believe it, but it's false information, you're probably it's gonna pass.
For sure.
So that's another definition of the truth. So like I said, the dangers of that is that people are gonna fight that argument until the end, even if they're wrong.
Right.
And that's how you get
truth, though.
Yes, they truth.
Right.
And that's how you get hard headed. And but see, what I do with people like that, see, you don't talk to them, you just pluck them right in the forehead.
What?
Yeah, right there. Wow. Smack dab in the middle of the eye.
What, when they saying something that just sounds ridiculous?
Yeah, because, they get
out of emotion.
Focus.
Just gonna pluck them.
Yeah, and I worked on that pluck, too. I'm talking about,
oh, my goodness.
Yeah, where, I broke a couple of number 2 pencils. Plugging. Boom!
I think often, though, like, we all get deceived by our hearts.
Yes.
That's like a constant thing.
Yes. I don't trust my heart no more.
You don't trust your heart. You don't trust your wise. What else?
Man, you know why? Because my heart tells me I want this, but this don't want me.
Or you really don't want that.
I do want it.
Okay.
Almost,
right.
kind of, sort of, but not
All
really.
right.
Because, sometimes you want it, sometimes you don't. And, because there's the good and the bad, and they may not be good for you, but the bad. And we live in a world where bad means good, and then you don't know what you really want because bad and good. And then Michael Jackson came and made that album, and then, yeah.
Bars. Y'all caught that? Conscious rapper. I'm trying to tell y'all. He said some real stuff right there.
Man, don't tell nobody, man, because they got to watch it like 3 times to really catch up.
Bars again. See, look, I can't even catch up.
Man, you being caught up. Matter of fact,
keep that real.
Hey, man, I'm just trying to keep up with you because I know you be dropping some nuggies too. Some nuggies. So,
what do you think about people? Okay, so you basically were saying people lie to themselves and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm. And
how do you deal with somebody like that? That's constantly lying to themselves about how they are. So let's take love out of the equation. Let's say that somebody is a certain way, and you're like, look, dude, like, this isn't gonna work because you keep doing this, and they're like, no, I'm not. No, I'm not.
How do you deal with somebody like that?
You don't.
Like verbally, and you want to cure them of their
no, I don't want to cure
uncurable
them.
ways.
I want them to realize, whatever it is that they're doing.
How do you cure them? You got to show them the mirror. You got to show them the mirror.
Do you really think that you or me or anybody else has the power to show somebody the mirror of themselves?
Well, what usually happens, there's certain prodigies that come about,
Oh, here it comes. Here it comes.
I understand why I'm here now.
Mm-hmm.
And one day I woke up, I was like, I'm about to go get tatted. Didn't know what I was going to get. Seen something in the clouds. It kind of looked like an H and an S. And the dream kind of pointed out for me. I ended up getting heaven sent tatted on me. And now I know why I got that.
Why?
Because I'm sent here to cure the deceitfulness of people's hearts.
Okay.
Because they don't understand that their heart is going to lie to you, baby. And we're going to use that logic so that you don't have to use your heart to think for you.
Right. Okay.
I'm here for it. So
you feel like you can do that? You feel like you can do that?
I can't do it alone.
Okay.
I need mass amounts of help. See, the thing about it is, you say one word to one person. That might reach 3 people. And then the word that I didn't use to reach the 4th person, the other 3 I reached, may be touched by some of the words they used.
Okay.
Because a lot of the words that I use may not be key words that people tend to focus on or people tend to gravitate to. The things that are going to touch them and realize what they need to do, how they need to see.
So it's a group effort. It's a group effort for folks to face themselves in the mirror.
Oh my goodness, I'm gonna tell you about it a little bit later. Why it's a group effort?
Okay.
Yes, for real. So let me ask you this question. All right. So would you say, is it possible to have a relationship without being deceitful?
I want to say no. Well, I don't know if I want to say deceitful, but I think that we have to lie sometimes.
Or without without a degree of deception. Is it possible to have a relationship without a degree of deception?
Without a degree of deception.
Yes.
Yeah, you should be able to have a relationship without having to deceive someone.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I guess, white lies.
Oh yeah. So it's okay to lie, is what you're saying?
I feel like, yeah, if it's a white lie, yeah.
Well, explain a white lie.
A white lie?
Uh-huh.
A white lie is telling someone something that's not that detrimental to them and just kind of like telling them what they need to hear at the moment. Or it's omitting it's like, you know how you might have a friend that's like, girl, do I look big in this dress? And you don't want to be like, yeah, girl, you probably shouldn't wear that. You look big. Like, you can't answer that question, but you can dance around it.
No.
You can dance around it and say,
you're fat.
You can dance around it and say,
your stomach
that's
hanging
not
out.
that flattering on you.
So many.
So that's like a white lie, because I'm not lying. I'm saying it's not
so
flattering, but I'm not saying, yes, you look fat. If in my head, I'm like, you look big.
Yeah, that's what you said, big.
You know
yeah, maybe fat's offensive. Let's say obese. I mean,
overweight.
Large.
Unhealthy.
Super size.
Wait, I don't want to say unhealthy. Well, it's unhealthy, but
look like a number 9.
I gotta
extra
stop talking
sauce.
about big people. Oh my gosh, y'all gonna hate me.
It's okay. Big people need love too, and I love you,
but
baby.
that was just an example.
I could bench press 300. I can get a 300-pound
or like
girlfriend.
a guy,
now.
like
Every
if
week
he's
you want
like,
fat people.
or if a guy's like, oh, do I look buff in this? It's like,
yeah,
you look cool.
You look cool.
You look cool.
Yeah, honestly.
That's a white lie.
So let me ask you this question. Here's a little story. So let's say Jimmy's grandmother and his sister got into a major accident.
Okay.
Jimmy's sister died. Jimmy's grandmother is in the hospital, critical condition. Jimmy's grandmother asked Jimmy how his sister doing. Do you tell the grandmother that my sister died? Or do you tell her, oh, she's fine?
I would just dance around and be like, we gotta worry about you, focus on you.
Oh, so you would like avoid the question?
Yeah, I'm gonna deflect it. Mm-hmm.
And then what if she puts pressure on, and because she really wants to know? Because
you can't make me tell you something, Ooh.
You can't make me, Granny. You can't make me, Granny. And then just take off.
I'm just not gonna do it.
Oh, okay.
I'm just not gonna do it. I'm gonna
Interesting.
admit that.
Interesting.
But omission is a lie, right?
Omission is a lie.
Right.
For sure. So you would.
So
lie.
I would be lying in that because I'm gonna deflect.
You sound like you did this before.
Deflect?
You done did it before.
Haven't you?
You done did it.
Yes.
I lie. I be lying.
I lie.
I lie. But see, I lie about the stuff that's like, that's
good
to lie about.
That's good to lie about. Like what I just said.
Like I lie
People's
about
appearance. It doesn't really matter.
I'll tell tall tales. Let's put it like that.
Oh, those are big lies.
Paul Bunyan.
Tall tales? That's like telling big lies.
No, that's like telling a legend. A story of a you know what I'm saying. I make some people feel like they got an aura around their face, just like yeah. I'm like, oh yeah, my dude ain't even ugly, man. Why don't you go ahead and talk to him? Matter of fact, he told me this and whoop this, whoop that. You know, I'll just make up anything, and then she can be like, oh yeah, I like him, and then
because you're charming.
Because I'm kind of like the Maury kind of dude, but I bring people together instead of taking them apart.
Maury Povich.
Is that his name?
You're not the father.
That guy.
Okay, no comment. No comment.
Man, he tears people up all the time. We gotta, bring people back together.
Right.
I
agree.
It's about love, baby.
So you do that by being deceitful and telling women, oh,
yeah,
that makes a lot of sense.
You have to trick people into knowing to them what they like. You got to. It even happened at an early age. Here comes the airplane. Oh, it's an airplane. Oh, no, it's vegetables.
Oh, my God.
For real.
Right, okay, so yeah, like I said,
early age.
We have to lie sometimes, unfortunately, but
unfortunately,
it is what it is.
It is what it is.
It is.
You be lying all the time. I know you do. I know you do. And the ugly truth is the truth be ugly.
The truth be ugly?
Yeah, that's why people don't like it.
It can be.
All the time. All the time. For real, for real. Matter of fact, I got another question for you.
Mm-hmm.
So, if oh man, it slipped my mind.
Oh.
Man, I had some heat for you too.
Somebody give him this question back.
Man, yeah, I need it. I need it. It was
brain
no,
fart.
yeah,
Brain fart.
I really lost it because I just really want to know the level of the lies that you tell. But it was a better
lying is so deep. Like it's like an onion, right? Because I watched Shrek, and you know how Shrek was like and all that. Yeah. But anyways, it's like layers. Like some lies are the outside, some lies are deep and inside. It's just different layers to lying. It's lying to yourself. It's lying about yourself to other people, and it's lying to people.
So do you lie to yourself?
Yeah, I've lied to myself. I try not to.
How do you lie to yourself?
Let me think. I might lie to myself and be like, that was a good decision, and try to rationalize it, knowing good and well that was horrible.
Yeah.
But I'll try to rationalize.
So what kind of
be like,
decisions?
well, girl, when you did that, you had good intentions or something like that, and it's like, girl, just stop. That was you out of line. Just stop. It's cool. You made a boo boo.
So have you ever made a dish or a meal or cooked something for somebody and then you told?
Don't talk about my cooking now. No, I never made a dish for somebody and then what? I'm gonna say no.
And then they told you it was good, and then you tasted it. You said, "Oh no," but you know they was lying.
I cooked a meal for my girl Aja, right? And I whipped it up, and I'm like, "Ooh, it's good, it's good." Lying to myself, I knew it was just basic. It was just okay. And she ate it, and she like, "Nah, girl, this ain't good." I was like, "I know, it's not. You're right. I know."
You was heartbroken, huh?
But if she would have said it was good, I probably would have lied to myself and said it was good again. So
see, that's the problem.
Nah, but it wasn't good. It was too grainy.
Yeah.
Yeah. The texture wasn't.
What was the dish?
It was a vegan cheddar pasta that was made with like sweet potatoes or yams rather, and I just didn't boil the yams soft enough, so it was like grainy.
Yeah.
Just didn't taste right. Wasn't seasoned well.
Yeah, so
I had to throw that recipe away.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, that's how the lies work. So
how you season?
I lied to myself.
You season it like the white folks did the little pinch.
No, I don't even use measurements. I need to start doing
That's how you do. That's how you cook with love.
That's all I do.
And then the Cajuns be putting too much sauce on there. And then the Cajuns, you know, that's that down south. That's that down south.
Okay. I might overseason stuff, but you know, I keep it real with myself at the end of the day.
Please do.
Got to.
Because you know, if you don't keep it real with yourself, who else gonna keep it real with you?
What do you lie about? We all about what I lie about. Besides the whole game
stuff,
what do you lie to yourself about? I
was going to bring it up, but I didn't want to be rude. But I lied.
Rude to who? You?
It's just to everybody. You know who likes somebody who like just cut somebody off and starts talking about them. Oh yeah, I like this. Like, no, shut up.
Okay, so wait, what do you lie to yourself about again?
wait, get back to the point.
Right.
I lie about a multitude of things.
Ooh. Keep that thing 100. When keeping it real is keeping it real.
Like, but it's
a multitude.
So are you asking if the things I lie to myself about, or things I lie about in general, or my best lie that I ever had? Like, what are you asking?
Do you have a best lie lined up?
Oh yeah.
What was your best lie? I couldn't quite crack what mine was.
My best lie is probably had to come when I hurt myself, and I made a lie about how I like, and people believed it, how I was like, you know, riding a horse and kind of jumped off the horse and landed on another animal, and then the animal like fell off, and I kind of hurt my leg.
And that was the lie that you told?
Yeah, legendary. Like, oh, you was riding a horse and you jumped off?
How old were you?
This was like 21, 22.
What kind of friends? Okay, anyways.
And then,
Marcellus, y'all believe that? Like,
and then another chick, she was kind of inebriated, and she thought I was Pretty Ricky, and so I started singing their songs. And yeah, she called me.
She thought you was spectacular.
No, the other dude, the dark skinned dude.
Pleasure.
Nah, spectacular is the light skinned dude.
Right, but Pleasure, whatever.
Nah, Pleasure P's the caramel dude.
I don't know who they thought.
But yeah, they thought I was one of Pretty Ricky, and
you just wrote that.
Oh yeah, let him.
So those are great lies. Why are they great? Are they great
because I got what I wanted out of it?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's why.
Great. I'll tell you some great lies that I had when I was younger. Well, I guess they're not lies. It was more.
No,
like,
that's a lie. Cause
I used to break stuff, and I'll put it back together like it wasn't broken, and it would stay like that for years.
That's the worst kind of lie.
No, it was awesome.
That is devaluing property.
It was little menageries. Nobody cares.
Hey, what I tell you about using You gotta speak English, man.
The little figurines.
Oh.
Yeah, I would break those sometimes on accident, just touching stuff too much. And I would just put it back together like nothing happened. And it would just stay like that for years. And they might find out like 10 years later, like, this is broken. Like, dang, y'all haven't touched that in 10 years? It's kind of, well, not 10 years, that's an exaggeration, but it's pretty funny.
I'm gonna tell you, okay, so...
those are great.
They are, actually.
Great lies.
They are. In conclusion, to why people lie, the reason why people lie is, like you said, out of fear.
Because you don't want to get a whooping.
And because whatever's going on is there's so much pressure being put on you, and you're like, man, I don't want to disappoint this person, or I don't want to get into trouble or whatever the consequences may be, so I'm going to go ahead and relieve it. You know what I'm saying? And then also, if you're trying to get somebody to tell the truth, you don't want to put that kind of pressure onto somebody. So if you're like, so if you're kind of putting a lot of heat on them, you're making them feel like they're going to get in trouble, and you're yelling and all of that stuff, you're really going to force them. Yeah, you're going to force them to lie so that they can calm the situation, and then they can figure out how they can change it to the way that they want it to go on a later date or a later occasion, and the next time the situation appears.
Right.
So
or in a
for
text
those,
message, or a letter,
right,
or an email.
Right. Or email. So if you're trying to get somebody to tell you the truth, what you really do is you speak calmly about it. Make it seem like it's really nothing. And then once they tell you that it's something, then you blow it up there there you go in.
You got me messed up.
There you go in. That's how you do it.
You got to make it a gentle environment for somebody to be able to just open up and tell you.
Yeah, you remember what I told you? What are the ingredients of an unhealthy environment? Or, excuse me, not the ingredients, but the consequences of an unhealthy environment, I should say. If you guys don't remember, basically it's cynicism, skepticism, and paranoia. So,
right. So if somebody's paranoid, they're not going
to tell you the truth. So once you understand how to make an environment unhealthy, you know what to do to make it healthy. So make that environment healthy so people can actually speak to you and will enjoy speaking to you.
Without lying.
Without lying. Unless you're talking to me, because I'm going to tell you something good, baby. And I might even whisper in your ear and tell you sweet nothings, and then you're going to start sweating.
Often lies. Yes.
Man. You know, hey, but it's for good, though, because I'm gonna give you confidence. Even if you're ugly, I'm going to tell you you're almost attractive. Or, you know.
Almost attractive.
So, you know.
That's good.
You know,
you're going to say that to somebody.
Yeah, I've said it before.
That's hilarious.
You know, and he'd be like, oh, yeah, just do that. Oh, yeah, just do this. And then it'd be like, okay. We'll be like, yeah.
So you don't think that's like giving people like...
false hope?
Yeah.
No. I want to make everybody feel like they're millionaires. You know,
that's a good like, okay, so you think it's okay to give people false hope to make them feel a certain way. So why do people have a problem with false prophets?
Why do people have a problem with false prophets?
Yeah.
Because they don't have an explanation of what they're saying. And honestly, it depends upon the contents of what they're speaking of.
So let's just say what a false prophet is. A false prophet is somebody that's giving the word or whatever ideology the right way, but they're not living that. So my whole thing is, what's wrong with a false prophet if they're speaking the right stuff, but they're not living it? Yeah, but they're not living. Like, who cares? The information is there. The message is there.
Well, what's the age-old saying? You practice what you preach.
Says who? Everybody can't.
You can, for sure.
Some people can't, though. Are they wrong for that, for being human?
I wouldn't say you're wrong, but you fall heavily into wrong situations when you succumb to temptation. Because if you let temptation go ahead and if the temptation outweighs your discipline, we'll never be able to be great or be the place we want to be.
Well, sometimes being a false prophet doesn't have a lot to do with temptation. Sometimes it's just someone maybe trying to live a life a certain way and have the message, but somehow they just fall off. It could be discipline. It could be mental illness.
The enemy of temptation, or excuse me, the enemy of discipline is temptation.
Okay, I can see that.
So,
did you hear J. Cole's song "False Prophets"?
I did listen to a few of them.
Yeah.
Did you? And he said a couple things on there that I really I really liked, and then I don't know how you feel about Mr. Cole, but I kind of got the assumption that you believe that he is somebody of a false prophet as well, is what you're saying, or is he not of the conscious community? Is that what you're kind of getting at?
Like the conscious community, like I could go. I'm not even going to dig into that. I mean, we'll talk a little bit about that.
Actually, I would love to hear about it. Continue.
The conscious community. Okay, so I feel like it's too much hypocrisy inside the conscious community. Like it's just too much going on. Like
so too many people fall into temptation.
Well, I'm not going to say all of that.
Okay.
I'm just going to say that
temptation comes in a multitude of ways.
They're supposed to stand for something different, but all they do is perpetuate the same things that they dislike and throw queen on it, or woman. Or instead of spelling I with the letter I, they put EYE and try to make it like look different.
What's wrong with that?
It's because it's the same thing. It's the same. Like, okay, so a black woman that's half naked in a picture with an afro, with an ankh around her neck, and they'll be like queen. Like that's the same thing as a half naked woman with weave in her hair. It's the same thing. It's still the objectification of a woman's body.
So you're saying that.
That's why I'm saying it's a lot of hypocrisy within that community.
Well, maybe you may be looking at the image wrong, baby. They might see the afro and think of a crown. You know what I'm saying?
They are. But it still doesn't take the fact away that in order to glorify a woman being a woman, she has to show her body.
That is not true.
How many pictures do you see of women that's fully clothed, that's going around social media, that everybody loves it? And they're like, ooh, sister, my queen.
Jada Pinkett.
That's a famous celebrity.
She's still dope.
She is. She's gorgeous.
Want me to keep going? Gabrielle Union. Want me to keep going?
She doesn't have sex.
Angelina Jolie.
Come on now, Angelina. Come on, she's super oversexed.
Never. She might wear skin tight latex, and
big breasts. Always in the camera, always trying to show them.
How can you can't hide them? They pop out her turtleneck, so you just gotta let
Well, that's why she always plays those roles, but that's like a totally different conversation. I don't even want to dig into that. I can go all day and have a field day with that one, but I won't. Okay, I won't do it.
Well, I like field days, and I usually always get the blue ribbon for show.
No, let's talk about this conscious movement.
Okay. And it's what does consciousness mean? Well, let's clarify that for a moment.
Consciousness.
Yeah. What
consciousness. In the black conscious movement, or this whole conscious thought, being woke, staying woke, and all that, is being aware.
I hate that term, by the way.
Right. Okay, for sure. It's being aware outside of your reality. So you have a reality, but you're aware of things outside of there, outside of your realm, things like that. Okay. So if that makes sense. Yes. But I was reading something by this author named Bill Harris. I think he put a book out about the conscious movement. And here's something that I took from it. He said, there's about as many definitions for it as there are people using it.
100,000.
Right. Like everybody has their own different definition of what it is to be conscious. Yeah. So to me it's like what does it really mean? Well, and for people to shame other people like, oh, I'm conscious because I do this. It's like, okay, so that one thing makes you conscious? Okay, cool. So it's just very hypocritical for me.
Well, when you think about the word consciousness, you got to think of conscious. I looked up the definition myself, and what I got was the quality or state of being aware, especially something within one's self-awareness or own existence, scenarios, thoughts, and surroundings. Okay. So the first definition of it is to have to be aware of self. Yourself, right. So understanding, you have to be empathical. You have to understand your thought processes. You have to understand emotions. You have to understand.
When you say empathical, that means towards others.
Yes. Right. But so to understand others, you got to understand yourself.
For sure.
Or it will all slip. It'll slip. Mm-hmm. And you'll miss so many key points, so many key references, so many key signals that you would send or you wouldn't be able to read unless you were conscious or empathical.
You wouldn't be able to read what?
You wouldn't be able to read the signals people are giving.
Oh, right. If you weren't
empathical.
Empathical.
Yeah.
Key word today. Empathical. Okay.
So, and being an empath, is a understanding reason and a thought, like I said, and a thought process and the contribution of becoming conscious.
It's understanding the thought process of someone else, or
yes, of individuals.
Right. Okay, so and that's what takes me for a loop, because I see a lot of conscious people that are like downing what other people do. And I feel like you have to keep in mind that we live in a society that tells people to be a certain way, that this is beauty and that this is what a black man is. So instead of like bashing these people for thinking like that, where's your empathy for them being victimized, and that's a strong word, by this collective thought that's given to them? So that's where I'm missing from the conscious community.
Well, and also another thing about empathy is you have to be able to feel from another person's perspective. So like, empathy is I feel your pain. And see, the missing ingredient is that nobody wants to feel any other else's pain. No, isn't it? Don't they say you're supposed to be your brother's keeper, and whatever your brother feels, you feel? Or it's something along those lines. I'm paraphrasing a bit, but
okay.
That is what they're speaking of. If it hurts me, it should hurt my brother as well. It should offend my brother. So, and that's what part of being empathical is. And when we speak as a society as a whole, we're not empathical towards one of another,
right?
Because we're stuck within ourselves and we haven't learned ourselves yet. And that goes again to us being in an unhealthy environment.
So what do you think about the like when you see people on social media saying that they're part of this conscious community? Like, what do you get from them? Do you get any messages from them that are like positive or anything like that?
Yeah, well, it depends upon what they're speaking of. A lot of people say, "Oh, stay woke." The government's trying to kill us. You know, I understand that's a part of consciousness.
Right.
Being aware of your surroundings.
It's just redundant.
Or stay woke. They're trying to, whatever crisis is going on, they'll tell you to stay woke. Like the Flint, Michigan story.
Well, we can't assume that everybody that uses the hashtag stay woke believes that they're part of the conscious community.
No, honestly, if someone tells me they're conscious, that's just like someone telling me they're hungry. Okay, let me see you eat.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay,
they don't know if you're hungry.
Okay.
So like they can tell me that, but let me hear let me hear what you really believe. Let me hear how you feel about certain scenarios or certain situations and certain current events, and actually how you would create a manner or a way to prevent things like this from happening so that we can be in a better situation.
Right. Propose a solution.
Yes, solution oriented. For sure.
Or another thing that sticks out to me with the conscious community, they preach about self-love and all that, which is a good thing, but at the same time they associate darker skin to being the most powerful skin. And that light skin, it's like, okay, light skin, cool, you're supposed to be with a darker man for that reason and all that. And it's like, that's still...
I never heard that.
That's still...
I always thought light-skinned brothers was winning, man. For real. I used to...
You better join the conscious community then.
Man, I'm trying to. I'm trying.
In that statement, it's like colorism still exists within this community then. It's just reversed. It's like, now, I'm not dark enough.
Right.
So it still creates this divide within the black community, so it just works against itself. Like, I'm just trying to see, like, if consciousness is being empath and seeing all things, like, how do you still create these kind of, like this is going to hinder someone for not feeling dark enough?
So let me ask you this. What makes you think J. Cole isn't among the conscious community?
Okay, so I think that J. Cole is a conscious rapper. I'll give him that. Okay. But I think he's the worst conscious rapper. Like, he's the worst of the best rappers. I'll give him that title.
He's the worst of the A-list.
Yes, he's the worst of the... And that's in his genre. Okay. People will compare him to... like, hip-hop is so complex that they'll compare him to Lil Yachty.
Who you like, 21 Savage?
He compares himself to... I love 21 Savage. But that's a different type of genre of hip hop.
Okay.
I'm not gonna compare 21 Savage to Kendrick Lamar because they are two different artists that represent two different things.
So you like Kendrick better than Cole?
Absolutely.
So what makes Cole not a part of or the lowest, or what? How do you grade somebody upon being consciousness or their level?
Well, I'm not a hip hop expert. I'll say that I'm not an expert, but I do believe that J. Cole is like harping over how hip hop used to be, and I feel like he should be being more innovative, like Childish Gambino or like Kendrick Lamar or even Mac Miller. Like, he should be being more innovative instead of trying to bring back this old hip-hop. And it's like hip-hop has constantly evolved. Why don't you just move forward with that movement? And then now all of his music keeps sounding the same to me. And all you do is shade other rappers. Like, why would you shade Lil Yachty? He's not in your genre.
He didn't even... Did he even speak upon Yachty?
He was like, in Lil whatever, you know, and he mentioned him being out for 8 months or 8 weeks or something like that. So everybody knew pretty much that it was Lil Yachty. Well, people inferred that it was Lil Yachty.
Okay, so let me ask you this. Within the so basically the way you grade him is based upon who he's targeting, kind of thing.
Yeah, like you can't like how are you a thorough person? Which I can't say what I want to say. But you're not that thorough to me if you're attacking Kanye and a song that you release in a time that everybody's going against Kanye. Like, that's like what? Like, you're bandwagoning just as much as anyone else.
I understand that. I wish he kind of didn't go on him. Yet the thing about it is he also said quite a few other things, and to reference or speak upon your thought where that he was speaking of the old hip hop, he's trying to bring old hip hop back, like that is amazing.
No, it's cool. It's cool.
Like, if you understand, like, trends don't do nothing but recycle. They come back around.
That's cool.
And so if we're bringing back something old, that's why he was. I think it was him and Kendrick.
He hasn't made anything classic.
What? He was the only artist to go platinum. Excuse me, him and Tyler. Tyler
the Creator.
No.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh no, you don't.
But I really don't care about people.
He went platinum, and what do you mean?
I really don't, because that means nothing to me. Like,
that
you sold a bunch of records. Like, okay,
and that means somebody. That means they felt what you were saying. But he went platinum without any.
Do you know what's the largest demographic of people that buy hip hop?
Who?
Young white boys in the suburbia.
Great.
So okay.
So that means he's diverse.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, that's another excellent point.
To me. So that's not a part of the conscious people that buy all of this and said that he was conscious and he meant this and he did that.
Okay, listen to what I'm saying though. The man is trying to bring back value to those things that are timeless. So I'm gonna give.
And you can do that without harping over what it used to be. You can be more innovative and you can move forward with progression.
Why do you want to be like everybody else?
How's that being like everyone else?
If everyone else is moving with the times. But if you,
I guess he can do whatever he wants to do. But
and he went platinum with no features, by the way.
And that's a great marketing slogan. That's good for marketing.
That's features.
Awesome. No features, guys. I must be dope. Like,
me,
so what?
All me. You get what I'm saying?
Okay, he's not the first rapper that has
only one to do it in 2015.
Okay, good job.
And there was a lot of rappers to drop albums 2015. Okay. So look.
So mainstream hip hop is not the best hip hop anyway. So like we could dally around that all day.
No, let's talk about Cole.
Yes, please.
Okay.
Let's talk about Cole.
So listen, I was listening to that song "False Prophets" that you acclaimed as such this and such that. See,
it's a cool song. But how you gonna put out a song that's just shading everybody?
But you aren't listening. You aren't listening to what he said. I listened.
I did listen.
No, see, look, one of the verses. Matter of fact, this was in the third verse. He said, "My lowest moments came from trying too hard and trying to press others that couldn't care on. If I'm on, excuse me. I gotta say that smooth. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, come on, let's try.
It says, "My lowest moments came from lying too hard. Lying. My lowest moments came from trying too hard and trying to impress people that didn't care if I'm on." Like, listen to what he's saying. He's saying, don't worry about the people
Okay,
and trying to
that's
impress
cool.
people. You do how you feel, what you
Right.
is in your heart.
Okay.
And if you sit here and try to impress other individuals, you're always
So
gonna
did he
be.
need to shade other rappers in order to be that introspective?
Did he need to?
Yeah.
How many rappers shaded him?
How many rappers do shade him?
Cause they can't. Cause he
Child,
is laying the bars on them.
Nah, J. Cole's not that tough though.
What?
He's not. He's not a super technical rapper.
Super technical.
No, he's not. He's not that crafty.
He's not.
No, he's
Are
not.
you
He'll
kidding
say
me?
he's not. He'll say some cool stuff. He'll say some corny punchlines. Let's be
Corny.
real.
Well, okay. Do you have one in your chamber?
I do.
Well,
I
what's
have
a corny
one.
punchline?
Game tight like a Ziploc, half black and other half white like Kid Rock. Corny.
Yo,
Get
that's
outta here.
corny.
And
Half
that's-
black, half white, like Kid Rock. Got the thing in a Ziploc.
Game tight like a, I could write that.
Did you?
Yes. No, I didn't write it.
What? That's hard right there. That's cold.
Y'all ready?
Yeah, we're
Yeah.
ready. We're ready. We're ready for some questions.
Ooh, hey, see, that was the one. That was the
You know
one.
that line was corny.
Man,
Game
what?
tight like a Ziploc.
Come on now.
Come on, boy.
Come on
I
now.
can write that.
Man, the Ziplock's tight. What gets out of Ziploc? You shake that thing upside down, no sugar coming out, no salt.
2 Chainz could have said that.
2 Chainz couldn't say that because he looking at his second chain.
Okay.
All right.
That's good.
So we are going to ask a few questions that came up, and I think they some good questions.
Oh,
Okay,
yeah. Let's
the
shoot,
first one
baby.
is to Oak, straight to Oak.
Oh,
Yeah,
gosh.
shoot,
People
baby.
love to be on my head. Who is it?
Because you always saying something that's
Always
on the head
something
of
crazy.
On the headable?
Yep.
Okay.
All right,
Strong
so-
convictions.
First question is, how do you feel about Kendrick Lamar's verse on Control, where he went at every rapper in the game? If you feel a certain way about J. Cole going at Kanye and Lil Yachty, I think his name is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I felt like that was one verse from Kendrick in which he went at other rappers. He doesn't consistently do that. And he also hasn't went against a rapper that is falling from grace and decided to use that for a full song to just drop at this time like this. Like, he's not using that to fuel his own album. So I don't feel no kind of way about that at all.
He
What do you
probably
think?
I
What do
felt
you
like
think
that
about
was
that?
healthy competition.
What do you think about that, Twice?
he probably already writ that song before Kanye started tripping.
He sure read it.
For sure. Wrote,
Okay.
written.
All right. Next question is to both of you guys. Why is omission a lie?
You got this or
Oh, go ahead. You got the flow.
Omission is a lie because that's another way to get around telling the truth. So it's a lie. When somebody asks you something, you withhold information. That's lying to them because you're acting like you don't have it.
I got it better for you. Let me help you out.
Mm-hmm.
So, hey dog, man, I got this girl for you, man. Man, she's cool. Is she ugly? She got a nice car. What she look like? Oh man, she dresses nice. Like, you know, what I'm saying? You're omitting the fact that she's ugly, and you're
Right.
trying to like the kind of stuff you
Withholding
did.
information. That's what.
That's what it is. So if you are not keeping it real, if you're not telling the whole story, that's not keeping it real.
Right.
That's not keeping it real, folks. Omission is not keeping it real, and we keeps it real.
Okay. Follow-up question to that, real quick. If a person refuses to answer a question, is that the same as what you guys consider omission?
Smack.
No.
Oh yeah.
I say no.
If they refuse,
I'll tell somebody just like this. I'm not gonna answer that question.
that's
Not a lie. You just don't know what the answer is. I'm not
look,
lying.
there's a
to
difference
you.
between not knowing and omission.
But right.
So,
Wait.
so if omission is to take out, to
Right.
remove from.
Right.
So if
But
you
I'm saying if someone asks me something and I don't want to answer it and I refuse to, I'm not lying when I say I refuse to answer that question.
you're omitting because if they have that written down and if they have like a list of questions written down and you refuse to answer this one, you're omitting it. You're okay. Go ahead and remove it because I
think
don't
we
want.
got a different idea of what omission is.
Yeah. Just like when you're the ball players are at the podium, and
omission is like this. Like omission is like this. If I don't want to talk about sex though.
he said he pleading the fifth.
Oh my bad. Okay, so omission is like this. You have a girlfriend, right? And you're hanging out with another girl that you know she don't want you to hang out with. So, but there's other people around. And you know that she would want to know that you're hanging out with this girl. So you come home and she like, babe, who you was with? You're like, oh, I was with Slim and Oak. You omit the fact that you're with the girl that you know she would want to know.
And that's lying.
That's lying.
Yeah.
But if you come home and you say, and she say, who was you with? And you say, I refuse to answer that question.
Lying.
No, it's not. You didn't answer the question at all.
So
you just didn't answer.
So that's not a form of omission.
No, that's different. That's just omitting is not telling the whole truth.
So if you tell none of the story,
then you just didn't tell her. You just didn't answer the question.
So you're saying, if I'm thirsty, half a glass and no glass, or no half a glass of water and no glass of water, I'm still thirsty.
What's the next question? Can I get the next question, please?
Oh, my bad.
I'm not about to play with Twice. Right?
Oh, my bad.
So the next question is the conscious, in your opinions, Twice, starting with you, is the conscious community good or is it a bad thing for the black community and why?
Honestly, can I take this first?
Go ahead. Yeah, you going first.
I believe it's a good thing. And if used properly, because powers can be used improperly for negative situations or to promote negative things. Like if I have information and I'm withholding it, omitting it, and I'm not giving it out, and I'm using it to control other individuals or giving half the information out, and I'm using it to persuade other individuals to do the things that I want them to do, that's wrong. But if I continue to let them know the things to be aware of, the things to watch out for, the things and the kind of people to surround yourself with, and the ideas and the thoughts that should need to be in your mind, that would be an excellent thing to do for the people that need to hear that kind of stuff.
So you feel like it's good and bad?
It's like pretty much just like that. It is good and bad depending upon what you're trying to use it for.
I have answered for that question, and for me, like, I'm not a super like good or bad, right or wrong. I don't really think polarized about things. I think that it has its strengths, and I think it has its weaknesses. But I feel like its strengths, when they try to empower people, sometimes degrade people in their own group, if that makes sense. Like what I said about the darker skin. Like, okay, cool, black skin is beautiful, but you don't have to say super dark skin is the best. And I'm not saying that because I'm brown skin. I'm just saying that in general. Or you don't have to say that, oh, to wear your hair natural is how you should really look, when it's like, says who? Like, who says that? Who said that? So a black woman can't wear a weave? Oh, so she's not that black anymore. So I just feel like it works against itself in a lot of ways, where it should just focus on just acceptance overall, if that makes sense. So.
Follow-up question?
For sure.
So, earlier you mentioned that empathizing with the pressure that the community that we live in as a whole puts on us.
Is this your question?
This is my question.
Oh, Slim got a question.
You knew this one was coming.
He put the paper down.
Yeah.
So empathizing with the community and the pressure that comes onto the community from the outside, right? Mm-hmm. What is the best way to battle that, if not by empowering the things that the pressure has made low? So, for instance, pressure from outside our community says natural hair is ugly, weave looks good because it looks more like white people, per se.
For sure.
So what is the best way to battle that without saying, you know what, natural hair is the best, weave is bad?
I think that making sure people are informed on why they're wearing their hair certain ways is the best way, and just ultimately giving them a choice. Like, you don't, and spreading the word that you don't have to be identified by your hair. So, or you don't have to identify yourself as what your hair looks like. Like, if I wear an afro, I shouldn't be like, oh, I'm more of a black woman today. if I wear my hair straight, I shouldn't have to feel like, okay, I look more Caucasian. Cool, I'm gonna get the job.
Now,
Does that answer the question?
I think it does.
See, what I'm gonna do, and I'm just gonna run my fingers through your hair and tell you that I'm there. I'm telling you, for real, that's all you gotta do, baby. I can't run my fingers through your hair without, if it ain't real. I need authentic. You gotta be authenticated, baby. Let me see that. Come here.
Oh my goodness.
So, Oak, you got any final thoughts, man?
My final thought is J. Cole. No, I'm just playing. Kendrick Lamar, you're a beast, boy. Keep dropping them hot verses. Keep being innovative, and thanks for not shading black women and Kanye.
Hey. Hey, well, y'all already know. Y'all was tuned in to Twice Talk. We appreciate you checking us out. And I just want to let y'all know, if everybody in the world thought twice, it'd be a better place. Love.